Notice how, again, we put timelines down here. Again, you're very condensed simply because you're not the people doing the work, so you don't need to spend a lot of time doing this. I'm just trying to get the process down for you. Okay, so we're going to go to the next step now. Again, we haven't thought about how we're actually going to format it yet because we need to get to this point first. Okay, so we went through a bunch of ideas. Now we're going to apply the test to all the different ideas. Now we're going to format it. So take the one idea, one of your ideas, okay, that passed the muster, if you will, and let's go into the formatting.
Now that you've selected and tested your high-impact WIG, it's time to define your WIG using 4 rules to make it as clear and measurable as possible. Rule number 1, begin with a verb. Use a simple verb to focus the mind immediately on action. Almost all multi-syllable words have simple equivalents. Rule number 2, define your lag measure in terms of X to Y by when. X is where you are today, Y is where you want to be, and by when is the date you're accountable for success. Rule number 3, keep it simple. The fewer words you use, the more you actually communicate. More importantly, the more vividly your team will remember the WIG. Rule number 4, focus on what, not how. Once you clearly define a WIG, you may be tempted to complicate it by adding a lengthy description of how the goal will be achieved. For example, to increase customer satisfaction, we will implement the wildly important goal of having every team become accountable for measuring, assessing, and rating our quarterly customer scores. To avoid this problem, take time to carefully apply each rule until your WIG is stated as simply as increase our customer satisfaction score from 57 to 73 by December 31st. One final note. The most effective WIGs have 2 common characteristics. First, they are worthy, meaning that the WIG can only be achieved when the entire team performs at its highest possible level. Second, they are winnable, meaning that the WIG is realistically possible to achieve. Most teams require an hour or less to apply these 4 rules of formatting to their WIG. When you're finished formatting, you'll be ready to activate your WIG in the 40X platform under the Create section for Discipline 1.
Okay, so you don't get an hour, you get 5 minutes. Okay. But, okay, so here's what we're doing. Begin with that verb. The overall goal here is simplicity. Make it as simple as you can. Okay, just like Jim says, that sticks in your head, makes it really easy to understand. Okay, the detail can come later on with the lead measures. Okay, but just make it very, very simple. What's the action verb that I want? Okay, you're probably not going to have actual numbers. Just go ahead and put from X to Y, use the X or Y to substitute. And when you work with your teams, that's completely okay. Like when we first went through this with TSTC in the first round, is they had a lot of, well, we don't know what X or Y is. Great, but you can go get that data afterwards. So don't let the team get bogged down on, I don't know what this is. Noted, put an X, Y in there, and go find those numbers later on. Okay, focus on the what. Okay, it's very, very simple. Increase customer satisfaction, not increase customer satisfaction by doing something. Okay, then finally the worthy and winnable. Okay, so just pick your one in 5 minutes, come up with a format of from X to Y by when.